Shine read the Rap on Wrestling podcast. I'm here with my brothers, Nick 816, E Will. Big up to Ari, the Oracle, and Spiff TV. So much to talk about. We gotta give you a breakdown of the Royal Rumble that took place over the weekend from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. But man, tonight, Monday Night Raw live from Philly. A lot happened, but nothing bigger, nothing more momentous than Roman Reigns facing off with Nick's favorite wrestler of all time, CM Punk, in the middle of the ring. No, it wasn't a match. It wasn't a fight, but it was a main event. They set up WrestleMania. They set it up. They set it. Take everybody's money right now. I don't know who didn't just buy in. Whoever was fronting on WrestleMania this year,
Yeah,
I know they bought in after seeing that promo that the two of those guys just cut.
good little pipe bomb.
Man, Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. Big up to Roman. It was him and the career killer Gunther. The last two in the ring. Gunther has successfully beat AJ Styles. It looked like he beat him to death at a certain point. I didn't even know if AJ was gonna be able to finish the match, but he didn't tap out, but he got put to sleep. Gunther entered the Royal Rumble at number 30. He had a little knee injury, but he looked fine tonight. I guess he was a little sore from fighting AJ Styles. He got thrown out of the ring by the tribal chief. Now it's on the Mania. Roman came out. He had the Carhartt jacket on.
Fire.
Yeah.
With the black hat fours, the black diamond chain. Fire. Yeah.
He's the Aura King, man. What can I say? He's the Aura King. And first, I gotta say, Roman was my original pick for to win the Royal Rumble. I think I got caught up in that Jacob Fatu hype. At Saturday night's main event, and I always knew Roman was going to main event Mania, of course. He was going to be in the title picture, but I didn't quite know how. I thought it was going to be the Royal Rumble. I got caught up in Jacob Fatu hype, seeing him and Cody at Saturday night's main event, and I fully expect for that to be a triple threat match, but I didn't understand why so many people, even though there were a lot of people, I think the majority was happy to see Roman. I went to the movie theater. I went to the AMC movie theater and watched it. It was a crowded theater. A couple of people stood on their feet and cheered when Roman won. There was a lot of people in the theater putting the ones up, but you look online and people are like, oh, why is WWE doing this? Like, why don't they have somebody new win it and all of that? And I'm like, yo, it's WrestleMania. This is the biggest event of the year. You want to see the biggest stars take shape. And it's like, yo, it's not like Roman is lacking in any way. Roman, he's in the best shape of his life. He's putting on great matches. If you look at it, we had this discussion before. Roman had the best match of WrestleMania last year, that triple threat match with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. He puts on the best promos. He's the person who everybody wants to see, regardless if you like him or not. When that music hit, them drums hit, everybody stands to their feet. And I don't care if he shows up twice a year, 3 times a year. Whenever he shows up, it's a big deal. It's a bigger deal than when anybody else shows up. Maybe with the exception of The Rock, but who knows when The Rock is going to show up. And when The Rock shows up, who knows if he's going to wrestle. At least Roman gets in matches. He puts on great matches. 2025 was spent solely on his beef with the Vision. And me personally, I think it's going to be incredible. And I'm picking Roman to win that Mania. I think he's going to have one of his best title runs because it's so many people that he could fight now. Roman and Obafemi, Roman and Gunther, Roman and Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys, Roman and Jacob Fatu, Roman and Cody again, Roman and Seth, Roman and Braun Breaker. It's so many. Roman and Penta. Like, It's
So
so
are they going to do that, or is it going to be the same 4 people in this picture as usual?
nah. I,
You know what I mean?
I think this is gonna be a fun title reign because now he's doing it on his own. So there was a couple, Roman did, and I'm not gonna say that Roman didn't beat anybody fair and square because
It was always
there was a
dirty.
lot of times
The
there was
matches
a
always was help. He probably
nah
got
there was
1 or 2 clean. He
there
might
was a
he
few
might have
people
got
that,
1 or 2 clean finishes on his own, maybe.
but that's gonna be part of the fight.
Yep.
Can he do it on
Right.
his own?
OTC
I
one.
CM
I
Punk
like
talked about it tonight.
that he's going to, if he wins at Mania, he's going to boost the belt that he was pretty much calling the V belt. So it'll give it some legitimacy. I'm sorry, and people will stop calling it the B belt. You know what I mean? So I think that's the good thing about that. But yeah, I definitely don't want to see him and Oba face anytime soon. Let Oba go on a run. I don't need him getting fed to Roman to build his story.
I don't think I don't think it's the B
Yeah.
belt anymore. I think when CM Punk won that belt,
Yeah.
You sent it.
it put it up. I mean, even that belt had a lot of star power. I ain't gonna lie. That undisputed belt.
Even with Seth
and John Cena.
But I'm going off of
star power, but
I'm going off what Roman said
nah, he did
when
say
he did
that.
his promo. You know what I mean?
He did say that. He did say that for sure. But it was great, man. He came out there, came out to Philly, talked about how Philly has been great luck to him and bad luck. He won his first world championship in Philly. He lost his last championship in Philly at WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes. He won his first Royal Rumble. And now that he wins his second Royal Rumble, his latest Royal Rumble, the first city he goes to is Philly. He started asking the people, and I think it was pretty obvious that he kind of knew that he was going to go at CM Punk. I think he had his mind made up for CM Punk because he really doesn't like CM Punk. You could tell, he was calling him Phil tonight. He wasn't. I've never heard him call anybody by their real name other than Cody and John Cena. I mean Brock Lesnar. Whoever used their real name, he calls them by their real name. But he was calling him. I thought he was gonna say the Black Phil in a minute. But he kept calling him Phil.
He's like, who do you think they called when they said, like, when they wanted to bring you back? He's like, I made sure it was good that you came back. I was like, damn. I was like, there you go. You had me going.
He definitely held bro.
Yeah. You had me going today, bro. But to be fair, I did say CM Punk looks great. You know what I'm saying? I know I have my difference with Phil, but he looked great out there, man.
You know what they look like? It looked like an episode of Chicago PD. Phil was on the cover. Roman was this week's bad guy they was chasing.
I like even how like Roman dropped that Zebros little like subliminal how they did the movie together and shit. I loved all that, bro. I ate up his whole entire promo today.
Hey, I like the mention of his best friend doing a podcast.
Yeah.
That's what makes this. That's what makes this unlike any other main event because they do have that personal. They have real legit personal history. Like it's not made up. It's not made up. Now, regardless of how they feel about each other in real life, within the confines of WWE and the storyline, it's legitimate heat with each other. It's legitimate.
Right.
I think it's more hate. I think it's more hate with Roman than it is with Punk. I think Punk. I don't even know if Punk dislikes Roman. I don't really get that he dislikes Roman. I know that Punk loves pushing Roman's buttons, and Punk is competitive as we're seeing. Like he's fighting damn near every week.
He only came back for the title. He didn't come back to make friends or anything. So Roman and them getting emotional, that ain't bothering him.
But I do think that Punk knows for him to truly be considered the best in the world, he has to beat Roman. Like you can't be the best in the world. And look, he has some humongous wins under his belt. Like he beat Braun Breaker, who was supposed to be the next up. He beat Drew McIntyre, who's the champion on the other side. He hasn't fought Cody, but he beat the man who fought Cody. He beat the man who beat Cody, I should say, who fought Cody and won. He beat Gunther. He had, he would have beat John Cena. John Cena cheated to win. So in his mind, he's really taken most of the top dogs, but Roman is the one. Roman is the one that he has to beat. And they both lost last year to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So, I just give some highlights and we get into it. Punk comes out, the crowd in Philly is chanting CM Punk immediately when they ask who he should fight at WrestleMania. The crowd in Philly is chanting CM Punk. They want Roman to fight Punk. Punk comes out and he does like a sideways profile as he stands at the top of the ring entrance, and he's looking at Roman. It's almost like they're gonna have a duel in the Wild Wild West. It's like they're gonna have a gunfight or something. He comes to the ring. They're both admiring each other's sneakers. Nick talked about the sneakers that Roman had on, but CM Punk had some Jordan 1s on with the camouflage joints, which was dope. You know what I'm saying? So that was hard. It was friendly at first. Then Punks takes the poll. He's asking the people, who do you want to fight? Is it Drew McIntyre? Is it CM Punk? Of course, they go on with Punk. They both start talking about how they beat Drew. And then it starts getting personal. They went past the pleasantries. They went past, beating Drew. I think that Roman took the gloves off when he said, "Yeah, you was fighting Drew over a little bracelet, a little plastic bracelet." When he said that, you saw the Punk's demeanor change.
Yep.
No more Zebros.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that movie too. I want to see it.
Okay. Then they start running down the resume, and I think it got really serious on Roman's side when he talked about their title reigns. Punk's being 440 something days, and Roman's over 1,300 days, and he tells him, "Look, just because you did it longer doesn't mean you did it better." And when he said that, I've said this in the past on many of our podcasts, but nobody in the business tells a story better with their eyes than Roman.
Yeah, the Makuma eyes today, crazy.
Roman looked at him. If he was Homelander, he would have burned him to a crisp. The way he looked at him, it just like he damn near wanted to penetrate that man's soul. Pause. And they just start getting personal. Like Nick said, Nick, what stood out to you in that? Because I don't want to get too long with it because there was so much here, but it was a couple of things that you touched on before. What really stuck out to you that Roman said to Punk or Punk said to Roman?
That when Roman, I mean, don't get me wrong, like when Punk was saying that, man, I'm out here fucking doing 10 countries in 3 weeks, and I'm out here fighting. Yeah, you are, bro, you are. But he was like, you fucking took a 10-year break. He's like, where the fuck were you at?
Yeah,
I was over here holding it the fuck down. So, man, like, I was waiting for it because in my head, like, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, like, already what Roman should be saying. So I'm like, well, like, yeah, like, where you been at? Like, so yeah, you're gonna take all the dates that you can get right now and defend. So respect to Punk because he is a fighting champion right now, 100%. But I mean, just judging that promo today, man, like, like Shaw said, if you weren't already hooked in for Mania now, man, well, that was a mean little promo.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, E. What stood out to you?
Yeah, just how personal it was. Like, that's the type of aggression that I would like to see, rather than, for example, rather than, Cody coming out with the long soliloquy just to say he wants to fight somebody. Like, I like that. It feels more realistic. It got me interested, because I really wasn't interested in Roman and Punk at first at all. I was on that side of, like, I don't want to see that. But
why though? Like, why wouldn't you want to see the two biggest stars?
It's not that I don't want to see the two biggest stars. Like, my stance is always like, it's the same people in the picture every time. You know what I mean? Like,
I wanted to see Roman and Drew just because I was like, I thought that would have been fire.
I think that would have been
two big dudes going at it. So I was, like, in my brain, I was all right. I can see him and Drew, and him going for the undisputed. But then, like,
and Drew now is so witty, like,
right,
like, we don't get that from Punk anymore. Like, he's still on the I'm happy to be here.
Right,
you guys are the inspiration. Like, he definitely lost that battle tonight with Roman.
I thought that Punk and Roman, just based off the strength of what they did last year, like I think is even though we saw Roman and Cody back-to-back years, this one is different. This one is like, they had the triple threat last year. There was a lot of unresolved issues. Now they're coming back. As you can see, Roman's still Roman's still talking about, you took my wise man. Like, his heart is still hurt off of that. These are the best feuds for Roman, because a lot of times it's just business. When he was fighting Daniel Bryan and Edge, that was just business. When he was fighting Drew McIntyre, that was just business. When he was fighting Kevin Owens, that was just business. But when he gets into these even to a certain extent, the Sammy was kind of just business too. Even though down with the bloodline and everything like that, it was kind of just business. He was kind of more insulted by Sammy, but his best feuds is this Seth, and now with CM Punk, where it's something really, really personal. Even Brock Lesnar, I think it was more than business with Brock, because they had fought so many times, but so it was a real competition, like Celtics and Lakers. These are the best feuds where people like really hurt Roman's heart, because it's like he's damn near like an impregnable force, like really nothing you could say or really nothing you could do to hurt Roman. But he has a couple of people that were really close to him at one time that really get under his skin. Him and Seth were really close, and CM Punk, they just got that history where CM Punk kind of changed the course of wrestling, period. Like, if Roman is still has Paul Heyman, who knows what's happening right now? Like, if he still has Paul Heyman, is Roman able to recruit a Jacob Fatu? Is he able to bring Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso back into the fold and start a whole new bloodline or something like that? We don't know. I don't think Jay would have joined the bloodline again, but I'm pretty sure Jimmy would have joined. Like, we just don't know. We don't know how it is, and Roman is by himself. It's still weird to me when you see the SUV and the black car pull up and Roman steps out and he's by himself. Like, it was still a weird visual to me, even tonight, when he was by himself and he walked into the ring. First of all, we don't really, we rarely see him have an announced entrance. Like, a lot of time he just sort of pops up out of the blue, unless it's like on one of the PLEs. But it's gonna be interesting as hell, man. I love this dynamic. And the other thing that I love about it is that regardless of what you think about the physicality, who's the better wrestler, this is one of the rare occasions where you have somebody that's arguably better than Roman on that microphone. Like this is the guy who invented the pipe bomb, and CM Punk's talk game is incredible. So he can go bar for bar, or he might even be a little bit better than Roman on the mic. That's exciting to me. That's exciting.
I was talking to my little cousin real quick before I got on air because I wanted to know what he thought of, everything. And he was like, it really works for the main event, well, for the matches. He calls it, and I'm glad he thinks this way because I'm not the only one. He calls it the AEW approach because pretty much all of their storylines and feuds, they hate each other. It's not like oh, you're the best and I'm coming for you. It'd be real hatred. That's why you always get the barbed wire matches and all of that stuff. So when they applied that to Punk and Roman, that realism, it's going to make it a way much better product. And I just wish they add that type of realism up and down the card. You know what I mean? But that, I think this is going to be money printing. This is going to be a big deal. This is going to be a whole bunch of things. But part of me thinks that Roman might not win at Mania. And let me tell you why. So, they were talking and, Shy, you made me think about that. Punk beat all these different people, on his way to the title and with the title, but Roman is the only one he hasn't. That would give him legitimacy. But I do think that if Roman didn't win, maybe Elimination Chamber, is that the next one after Mania? Yeah. I think maybe he takes it at Elimination Chamber. But
wait, it's what at
the belt? I think he may lose at Mania. After hearing you talk, and Roman's weakness is when he gets emotional. when he lets the emotions get involved, and that's definitely one of his weaknesses. You know what I mean?
Oh wait, so, who's taking the belt at Elimination Chamber?
Roman from CM Punk. They'll do maybe a part 2, and then Roman to take it and just keep it from then on.
No, Elimination Chamber is before WrestleMania.
It's before.
Oh no, it's before. So what's the one after? Is it Money?
Backlash. Backlash is after Mania. But that's gonna be in Tampa. That's Roman lives in Tampa or around there. So
I'm about to say whatever pay-per-views after Mania, that's where he takes it.
It's gonna be interesting. The thing that I love about it is that it's not predictable. And we have, this is February, so we have 2.5 months before WrestleMania. But and it could get stale. I think one of the reasons they didn't drag this out about who Roman is gonna face, because I think it's right in character, right? CM Punk, he is that gunslinger. He loves a fight. He loves a challenge. He's a fighting champion, and I think it's right on character for him to come out and almost, instead of Roman challenging him, he's the champion and he's challenging the challenger. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's not drag this out. You don't have to do like Liv Morgan and go to SmackDown and all of that. Nah, it's me. Unless and he start playing mind games with him. He's so diabolical. Like, one of the things I forgot to mention earlier, when Punk comes out, he kind of just ignores Roman for the first 5 minutes, and he addresses Finn Bálor. And Roman's looking at him. They had such great camera work where CM Punk is standing in the corner and he's talking directly to the camera, but you can see Roman with this, like, what the fuck? This dude talking about Finn Bálor and like, he's like, are you crazy? He's looking at him like that the whole time. And it wasn't just a couple of darts at Finn. You know, he cut a full promo. Like, if this was a regular Monday Night Raw, first of all, the last segment went from, I think, 10:08 to 10:31. So they had a nice long time in the ring, but he cut a full promo of Finn Bálor at first. And Roman's looking at him like, yo, are you crazy? Like, you in here with all of this greatness and you gonna talk about Finn Bálor? Like, come on, man. Finn, yeah, again, Finn,
I think
somebody who Roman beat in the past as well.
Hey, I think again that was Punk setting the tone. You got him emotion, like
He did.
he's setting that tone.
He's a mastermind. See, Roman, he'll come out and he could cut you down. Like he's so great and he's done so much, and he's so much beyond the norm. He'll come out and just cut you down with facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he'll cut you down with facts. CM Punk, he'll cut you down with facts too, but he'll also start playing mind games with you as well. He knows how to like really tap into your psyche and do things to really push your buttons. We've seen CM Punk do it with every opponent. I think he's gonna have a field day with Finn Bálor. And I like the fact that him and Finn Bálor have this feud because it gives us, because 2.5 months to wait for a match is kind of a long time. So this gives us a chance for Roman to step away. I think he'll step, you know, he had his say with Punk. I
He
mean,
about
what
to do
else?
as usual.
He goes in, he's going to his camp. He calls it his training camp. So he could leave till after, really, he could leave till after Elimination Chamber.
I ain't mad because it works.
Yeah, it works. and when he comes back, you know, when he comes back after Elimination Chamber, and you know, I'm fully expecting CM Punk to beat Finn Bálor. Then it's on. Then we got about a month. We got a month left to WrestleMania, and then we get that build up. So it works perfectly. And I gotta give it to Triple H, and I gotta say I was wrong, because I was one of the people that was, I was like, damn, man. Like, I went to that first Raw in Barclays of the year. I went to the first Raw of the year in Barclays, and I was like, damn, it was a perfect opportunity to put that belt on the young boy, man. I just felt it was Braun Breaker's time. I was like, yo, let's try something a little different. You know, and I'm with you. I'm with you that we got to try something a little different. I just felt it was Braun Breaker's time. They built him up. And I thought if he wins the belt, you know, maybe CM Punk could win the belt back at Elimination Chamber in Chicago, but at least let Braun Breaker say he was a champion. But
you know what I thought?
CM Punk I'll give you that thought in 1 second. But for CM Punk to beat him clean in the middle of the ring, beat Finn Bálor, it looks like he might have been on the way to beat AJ Styles. He looks strong going into WrestleMania, and I'm definitely expecting a decisive win at Elimination Chamber. He looks strong going into WrestleMania, and that's the type of opponent that you need Roman to fight. I hope Roman gets a match. I want Roman to have at least one match before WrestleMania. I think that would be dope. But CM Punk looks strong going into Mania. What was you gonna say?
I'm wondering if you think Jay gets involved somehow.
No.
Him and Punk are cool. You know, Roman made him a meme and embarrassed him. You know, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe Jay comes in and acts like he's about to super kick Punk and really super kicks Roman at Mania, costs him the belt. I don't know, man.
Nah, I think the Usos will have their hands full at Mania, and I think and I think this is one of them type of things where I think the world wants to see a just nice, you know, after the fiasco last year with Travis Scott coming to the ring, and we're gonna have it looks like all roads are leading to a triple threat match for the other world title. Like I think it's gonna be Cody, Jacob, and Drew McIntyre night one at WrestleMania. So, that's gonna be crazy. I think the world deserves. I think Hunter knows that the world deserves a one-on-one match with a decisive, winner. No shenanigans, no interference and whatnot. Let's just see who really is the best. And it's two generations in the sec thing. It's the guy who they both said that they brought each other in. So I think it's gonna be great, man. I think it's gonna be really special. Who the hell knows? If anybody gets involved, it could be Seth Rollins. Who the hell knows what he's doing as he's lurking in the wing? But man, it looks like a really strong night 2 main event, and this is just the first. I put it to you like this: they were so strong tonight. If they don't do another promo against each other, if it's just by the way, these two are fighting, WrestleMania is going to be sold out and be one of the biggest things. Like this is just how much they got me on board. So I think it's going to be dope, man. Let's talk a little bit about the men's Royal Rumble. Took place on Saturday night, and we talked about Braun Breaker. It's again, this is interesting. This is intriguing. Femi comes out. He's number one. And I said it on the last podcast. We got to call him over Femi because this guy is over. Like, for somebody on his first PLE, because he fought on Saturday night's main event, but this is his first PLE. Number one in the Rumble. He comes in. He does the strut. And the whole crowd is yelling, they're doing that. And I think they even, we got some chants, Oba's going to kill you. Like, they already know what was up. He gets in the ring and,
he looks like the greatest Wakandan ever.
Yeah.
Like,
they got to put him in that Black Panther 3 for sure. They got to put him in that Black Panther 3.
Again, Sha, I'm on record saying this for the last 2-3 years. He is my favorite wrestler in WWE, hands down. That dude is it. Certified stars. Put the rocket on his back now. Got to.
He looked incredible, man. And there was even when I was sitting in the movie theater, like before it started, I was even thinking, I was like, damn, are they gonna put the rocket on Oba Femi's back and have him, like, would this be the greatest debut ever if he comes in, wins the Royal Rumble, goes to main event WrestleMania and wins the belt at Mania? Like, that would be the greatest start to a career in the history of professional wrestling. Like, bypass the Intercontinental belt. Just imagine your first match ever, you win the Royal Rumble, and that's how it felt though. But
they would have beat all allegations if they did that. All allegations would have been beat.
But listen, it felt like that was gonna happen the first half of the Rumble. He comes in, and bro, one of the biggest shockers that we've seen, Braun Breaker's number 2. We already knew who he's gonna be number 2. I was looking forward to seeing him fight. Then the Masked Man comes out, beats Braun Breaker up, gives him the stomp, throws him in the ring. He's easy pickings for Oba. Like, I mean, the way Oba was moving on Saturday, Braun Breaker at full capacity was gonna have his hands full and probably could have got thrown over the top rope before number 3 came in anyway. But, Oba easily eliminated and clothesline over the top rope as he crawled to his feet. What did y'all think when y'all see that, and who you think the Masked Man was?
Hey, man, I'm on record saying I think it was Theory.
Again, the same thing.
Again, I think Theory is an undercover agent in the Vision, and that's not going to change for me. I want to say Logan Paul, too.
I was going to say him or Logan.
Enemies, because
Paul, bro, it's one of the two.
Yep. Or it could be both of them are. could be with Seth really. You know what I mean? As opposed to being with Division, because when Seth got kicked out, they was kind of, when Brock showed up, they was kind of treating Logan Paul like he wasn't nothing. I don't know if y'all remember that. So I was kind of like, all right. But you know what I thought was gonna happen? He's gonna beat him up, maybe get stretchered out or help to the back, and then come back. You know, I didn't expect him to go in the ring and immediately get tossed out. So he was going for that. Who got the record? The Santino record. You know what I mean? As fast as
Santino, the Barbarian. I think Bushwhacker Luke. They always in there for like 2 seconds or whatnot. I think it was Logan Paul. I think it was Logan Paul. I think it's one of them things where Seth is pulling the strings, and because Logan Paul, all of a sudden he's Mr. Teamwork and Mr. Selfless. He had this big speech. He was like, yo, I think I speak for everybody when I say that we're all gonna be behind Braun Breaker, and we're gonna push for him to win.
Yep.
I think it was Logan Paul, and man, oh man, what a team it would be when Seth comes back, and it's Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Seth Rollins against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. That just sets up a lot of chaos, and I think it's good. Some people say they don't think Austin Theory they think Austin Theory is down with Division, but I'm like, yo, I think it's Seth working. He got Austin Theory, and he got Logan Paul on his wing, man. Because the guy who beat up Braun on Saturday, he was a little bit more muscular than Logan, a little bit more muscular than Seth to me. So
yeah, that's why I was thinking it was Theory. It looked like when Theory did it, when he revealed himself. To me it looked like Theory. And then he came out a couple spots later anyway. So he would have had time to get to the back and you know what I mean, and get ready real quick. But man,
it's interesting too that when Paul Heyman came out, he came out with Braun Breaker, but he did not come out with Logan Paul. He did not come out with Bronson Reed, and he did not come out with Austin Theory. But he came back out with Brock Lesnar. So that was interesting. I thought the men's Royal Rumble it was a lot of fun. I could run down some of the highlights. It was a lot of fun to me from start to finish, because once Braun Breaker got eliminated, then it was like, okay, what the hell gonna happen? Anything can happen now. That set a tone. And then Oba was dominant early. He was I think he threw like 5 people out. He was dominant really early. And then I was excited later on in the match when Brock Lesnar came out. And there was so many teases of the face-off. We didn't really get a chance to see it how I really wanted to see it, but Brock Lesnar and Oba.
Yeah,
it looks like a WrestleMania marquee match. I mean, if it wasn't for Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, that could easily be a WrestleMania main event. Like, think how stacked the roster is. That potentially we could have Oba Femi against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and that could be like a mid-card match or match to start WrestleMania weekend off. But those guys look like the monster now. Either one is the monster now, and either one is the monster of the future, because Brock looked like he could go another 5-6 years easy.
Yep.
You know, it was just the guys in the ring with him. They don't match up in stature to him, but Oba did. I wanted to see him get a little bit more physical with each other. I wanted to see like punches thrown and all of that. I thought it was crazy though. There was a few times in there where there was people that tried to hit Oba with a clothesline, and he just smacked their arm down, and he was no selling. And when Javon Evans, God bless Javon, he tried to do the OG cutter, and he couldn't even bring Oba all the way down. And man, it looked incredible.
Yeah.
And it was a really dope moment as well when we see the music play and it says Powerhouse Hobbs. And I'm like, oh, okay, they let him keep his name. I was like, all right, they let him keep his name. And then it changed to Royce Keys. I think it's too much being made over the name change. Like, Royce Keys is a perfectly fine name. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. And, you know, especially if it means, like, you know, what reports, like it's named after his son and I think his mom's maiden name. Like, what's the problem? Like, we
Yeah,
got people named McGillicuddy.
I think that's cool for sure. But again, Mariah May sounds better than Blake Moreau. Ricky Stark sounds better than Ricky Saints. And Powerhouse Hobbs sounds better than Royce Keys. You know what I mean? It sounds better, you know, as far as the aesthetic and everything, but you can't be mad at it. It's his son and his mom's name. So it's like, it's cool. I know with the Rumble though, my thing was I hate how Oba went out. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah, I knew Brock was gonna take him out. I think I called that on the prediction show. But definitely wanted to see more of a maybe even a three-way face off with Royce, Brock, and Over. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a great.
Yeah, and just the stat, I just pulled it, summed it up. Ron Breaker was number 2, Solo Sikoa number 3, Rey Mysterio was number 4, Rusev was number 5, Matt Cardona was number 6. They all was eliminated by Obafemi.
Yeah, he took out the first 6.
He took out like, yo.
When I saw that, I was
like, what the?
I swear to God, I was like, I forgot they signed Rusev back. When he showed up, I forgot all about Rusev. You know what I'm saying? And it was good to see him. Yeah, man. I like how dominant Over was, man. It was cool.
One of the things, you know, I've seen some place, and I got to complain about it too. They played Finn Bálor, man. They said it wasn't no more spots left. They had Mr. in there. They had 2 Grande Americanos in there, man. They had the Parker in there. Come on. They could have found a spot.
Those fans didn't give a shit about Iguana and the Parker. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
They would have much rather see. They would have much rather see the
Finn, Montez, anybody. You know what? Also, I didn't like how. Again, this be my problem with Brock, man. Just like you spent all this time making Ilya Dragunov look like the crazy mad guy he is, and then he goes to do his signature chops, and Brock no sell like, oh,
you say them.
I hate it. It's like
I don't have a problem because Brock is
they could have sent somebody else to do that part, and like,
I mean, that just shows you that Brock is not human, man. Like the rules don't apply.
Yeah,
you know, the fact that they're, you know, they're applying some of that to Over. They letting Over get some of that invincibility too. I dig it, but I thought it was. I thought it was really weird that Brock Lesnar got eliminated. He got eliminated by Cody and LA Knight, which LA Knight, it was good to see him back. And LA Knight was kicking ass too. LA Knight eliminated damn near the whole vision. Like he was doing work.
And for the record, I don't even know if most people saw that Brock got eliminated because it was during Jay's entrance.
That made me upset, bro.
I was like, yo. Like, he didn't cause no damage after that. I would have, like, stayed and maybe took out Jay. You know what I mean? Like, something, but I don't know. I thought that was weird for him to go out like that.
Brock was like, yeah, I got my check. I'm good.
I'm good to go.
Brock didn't have an agenda. He's like, yo, I'm contractually, whatever.
Yeah, he was like, hey, fire up the jet. Tell Sable I'm on the way home, man.
Right. Go back to hunting.
It was funny as hell. It was funny as hell when Roman and Jay in the center of the ring, everybody's beat down, and Roman is like, yo, you want to run it back? You want to do it a third time? Because he already had ran it back. Like, once he got into the ring, Jay ran it back already. Then Roman came out, and he's like, yo, you want to run it back? Then Roman pops him right in the mouth, like, what are you doing? Like, get serious. Like, this ain't this. Let's take it back to the bloodline. This is not that, man. Let's take it back. But then I thought it was really dope too that they kind of recovered later on in the Royal Rumble, and they combined to do the 1D. That Roman, I forget who they called with the 1D, but they showed the teamwork. Then Jay tried to eliminate Roman. Roman threw him out, but it's all love. Roman also threw out Jacob Fatu, and I thought it was a little nod to the hat where Roman looked at Jacob too, like, yo,
I'll be back.
So yeah, because the last time we saw him and Jacob, they I think that was at War Games. They haven't really crossed paths for a couple of years. So when he eliminated Jacob, he kind of gave him that acknowledgement, like, all right, man, you are my cousin, man. I ain't really want to do it, but we had to do it. I thought Oba looked strong. We said that. Powerhouse Hog looked strong. Javon Evans lasted for a whole 40 minutes. I thought that was great. Logan Paul made it to the Final Four.
Now, for me, Oba was number one. I wanted him to be in the Final Four. I was really hoping he would at least made it to the, just the Final Four. That would have been like the icing on the cake.
Wait, started.
I think that would have been dope.
Yeah. But yeah, it was still a good Final Four. I like how they're positioning Gunther. That's what I took from that. It feels good because I don't think Vince believed in Gunther. You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you what, everybody I was watching it with, when they heard Gunther's music hit at the Rumble, bro, everybody was pissed.
Yeah,
it was just funny, just everybody in at one time. Like,
you know why?
But we knew it was gonna be him once it got down to number 30.
Right.
It was gonna be a surprise.
They thought it was gonna be Jericho. That's all everybody was saying.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Chris Jericho." I was like, I don't think so.
That's why literally every day I would post that Chris Jericho is still on the AEW roster page. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. You was calling that. You that.
And then he got the cruise. He gonna have to cancel the cruise because it ain't going. WWE ain't gonna allow him to do it. Like, come on, people. Like, y'all, they want nostalgia so bad that they disappointed themselves. But I knew it was gonna be good because he was doing double duty. You know what I mean? He hadn't come out yet, so.
Right.
It was dope. I liked it. I like it because to me it's kind of, I don't want to say a middle finger to Vince because I think Vince changed his name to Gunther to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think like it was.
But it sounds way better than Walter now. Like, when you think about it, Gunther over Walter.
But no, Walter was different because Gunther isn't as vicious as Walter, if that makes sense.
I mean, Walter, he's not as vicious in the ring, but the name sounds more vicious. Walter sounds like an accountant.
The name, just like
Walter sounds like the damn ring announcer.
Because Vince has a history of doing that. So he wanted to make fun of Dusty, so he made One Man Gang into I Came to African Dream. When Dusty came, he made him wear polka dots because he didn't think he was gonna get over. I think he used to do that to certain people that he didn't believe in. You know what I mean?
I don't know if he didn't believe in them. I just think that he was giving them the rub. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, look what he did to the Road Warriors. He made them have a doll named Rocco. You know, which is sacrilege, and it was terrible. But yeah, nah, the Miz Royal Rumble was dope. Cody lasted, I believe, 36 minutes in the Royal Rumble. He was hanging on by a thread, and he gets the Claymore kick as his head is he's draped over the rope. He's draped over the top rope. Drew McIntyre out of nowhere gives him the Claymore kick, eliminates him for the Royal Rumble, and Drew basically said it's beef forever. Like he's like, yo, I'm cool. Like if if you're not trying to constantly screw me, pause, and cheat me out of the belt, like yo, I'll be your best friend. Like we cool. But when you doing all of this dirty hand backdooring me and all of this pause, is war forever. And, it's gonna come back. It's definitely gonna come back to bite Drew, I think, because
yeah.
Do you think from this it comes out that Cody is the one that smashed Jacob's teeth?
No. I don't even know where they're gonna go with that. Like the only way I could see that is if, like, right now I'm thinking it's gonna be a triple threat match for Mania with Jacob, Cody, and Drew. But I can see them eliminating Jacob from that picture as they reveal who smashed his teeth. I don't know who. I don't know who it could be or what could make sense.
I would like it for it to be somebody random that you wouldn't expect. And he had him thinking it was Drew and Cody all it was. So
I mean, it just got to be somebody good that's worth the standard for Jacob to fight at Mania. Like I mean, I would love for it to be Bronson Reed. I think Bronson Reed and Jacob, that's a WrestleMania dream match. But
I believe that happened in MLW when Bronson got released. I believe so. Don't hold me to that.
I remember. I think I do remember that. But I just don't know who it could be. But I also would love to see Jacob in that title picture going into WrestleMania and holding that damn undisputed title. Wouldn't that be something crazy? Like Jacob Fatu is the new undisputed champion. Like
I would love to see that because it's so many other. What I do like is WWE. They're getting all the big guys. You know what I mean? So Jacob and Oba, Jacob and Royce, like it don't matter. And Jacob is one of those people that he's so good. Anybody who steps in the ring with him can possibly have a 5-star match. And I'm
yeah. No,
like anybody,
right.
like anybody, you can put him in there with Ellsworth, and he'll make Ellsworth look good. Like it's just he's really that guy, and I'm glad that they're taking notice to that.
I do think we're in the midst of a really long title run for Drew McIntyre, though. Like
that's good, man.
Now that
he deserves that.
Yeah,
I think he does deserve it, and I think now that it's 90, I want to say 100%, but it looks like it's 99.9% off the table that he's gonna fight Roman. I wouldn't be surprised, and actually, right now it's my early prediction that Drew is gonna go into WrestleMania no matter who he has to fight and successfully defend his championship. I think we're gonna see Drew rock with the belt for a while. As you can see, he was over with the crowd in Saudi Arabia. They was going crazy for him. It's ill, right? Because you think that, let's backtrack to Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre successfully beat Sami Zayn at the Royal Rumble defending the belt. He whipped Sammy's ass too. Like I thought that I thought Drew was gonna weasel his way to a victory. Like I predicted for him to win. Some people thought that Sammy would win because he's in Saudi Arabia. He came out with the scarf, and everybody's going crazy. But the one thing we didn't factor is that Drew is over in Saudi Arabia too. They love him out there. Like they love Drew out there. They might have gave Drew more love than Sammy if you really look at the show and the post show. And he whipped Sammy's ass. He hit him with 2 claymores. he really dominated Sammy. Like he gave him a power bomb through the announce table, and after that, Sammy's back was messed up, and it was pretty much over for Sammy at that. He was compromised, beyond repair, at least for that match. And I don't know where Sammy's going. Maybe at
I do.
WrestleMania. Where?
I think they, this match happened in Saudi Arabia, Mania next year in Saudi Arabia. I think they spend this year giving Sammy some good quality wins, maybe the IC belt, just to keep him looking strong. And so he can have something going into Mania next year. Maybe they do a rematch.
No, I can see that, but I'm just saying for the immediate future. I don't know where he goes.
He's gonna probably
Mania is maybe him and Dragunov fight one more time.
He's probably gonna do another empty arena interview with Lexi, and and talk about he's going to do it for his son again. You know what I mean? So, but I do hope that he becomes a thorn in Drew's side. Like, just mess with him. Like, you ain't.
I don't see it. I don't. The reason why I don't see it is because he lost convincingly. Like Drew didn't cheat. This is Drew beat him.
Oh yeah. This
was a better man. And plus I don't think Sammy wanted with Drew no more. Like he's 0-12 versus Drew McIntyre. Like he has the most ridiculous losing streak. It's some people that you just can't beat. I think Sammy is ill because Sammy beat Gunther, but he can't beat Drew McIntyre. It's some people that you can't beat. You would think, hey, I beat Gunther, I could beat anybody. I almost beat Roman, I could beat anybody, but nah.
It won't be a 0-13 though. That's the thing. I don't think it's gonna be a 0-13. I think maybe that's the basis of the storyline. Sammy goes around beating everybody, but he's 0-12 against Drew. I think that would be good right there.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah.
13. Royal Rumble, Gunther, since we're talking about him, he beat AJ Styles. And at a certain point, again, you talk about winning convincingly. At a certain point, I thought they was going to stop the match. I said, oh my God, AJ is going to get retired because he just got his ass beat down so referee, almost like the Rocky 3, throw in the towel. The Rocky 4, throw in the towel. Throw in the goddamn towel. Like, he was hitting him with them chops so bad in the corner. I was like, yo, I don't remember the last time I seen a referee call a match because the dude got beat down, but AJ was getting beat. But AJ put on a great, AJ, he's unstoppable, man. And I say unstoppable, obviously he lost the match, but as far as like putting on great matches, like, he keeps it going. He did the 450 splash, and he hit him with a Styles clash. He got Gunther's big ass in the end, hit him with a Styles clash. Like he was dope, but ultimately Gunther caught him. I think he was going for that Pele kick. Gunther, ring general, which makes him so dangerous, is that not only can he brawl, but he's a great technical wrestler, and he's very cerebral in the ring. Like he's like a step ahead of you. There's like when he put AJ in the sleeper hole, right? When it looked like AJ might have tried for the Pele kick when he jumped off the rope and he caught him in the sleeper, and then he got him all the way down. And it was just a real subtle move. AJ was grabbing, looked like he was grabbing the rope. Gunther grabbed his arm and locked his arm. And did y'all see that?
Yep.
He was going for the rope. Gunther locked his arm in. And then it's just subtle things that he do. Like he knows all the fundamentals that I think a lot of wrestlers maybe don't know, or I think they know it, but sometimes it's hard to apply those fundamentals when you're in the heat of the moment. But he never forgets this basic fundamentals: wrapping your legs around somebody when they're in the sleeper hole, or locking their leg down and locking their arm down so they can't go for the move. And
that's what makes him special.
Yeah.
Like, Flash is cool, You know, it's good. You get the people talking, but them fundamentals, boy, like nothing beats the fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? Nothing beats.
He's the Tim Duncan. He's the Tim Duncan of the WWE.
A big fundamental.
Nothing beats a real figure four leg lock, a real DDT. Like those are fundamentals that, you know, unfortunately today's wrestler might use as a regular move, but for Gunther, man, like in the hood, he put him in a yoke. That's what we call got him in a yoke. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get out of that.
Yeah,
you can't.
Especially when Gunther, 95% of the people he fight, he's bigger than 95% of the people that he fights. Yeah. You know, and,
like
the thing that I love about Gunther too is that he's a wrestling purist. It's like he's like, even though he's like kind of like, you know, he's like a Kendrick Lamar to me. You know, even though Kendrick is, I don't know if Kendrick touched 40, he might just be 40. Gunther is still in his mid-30s, but Gunther would be the kid that's a dope rapper, like in his mid-30s, but he still grew up listening to Public Enemy. Like he could tell you A Fear of a Black Planet front to back, and he can tell you about Tribe Called. Like he's not gonna mix up songs from Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders.
Yeah.
You know, he could tell you Nas's lyrics to Memory Lane front to back. And Gunther, you know, he's a wrestling purist. Like he's gonna tell you about, yo, I remember when I was a little kid watching Starcade 87 on VHS tapes, and you know, he's a purist.
I wonder if people realize that Gunther is the evolution of the Dean Malenko, the Norman Smiley, the Steven Regal, the Lance Storms, even the guys that everybody knows are the best, but they weren't always presented at the best. He's the evolution of that. He's now the face of that, and I'm glad that they're giving him a platform. You know what I mean? Like I'm a big fan of Gunther. I do want them to end Grande Americano and put the Imperium back together. Him by itself is really good, but I think it would have added more if he had, you know, Ludwig back. Why not go back and sign Giovanni, man? Why not put back Imperium, man? Put them back together. Like that would be fire.
I know. I think.
And have Giovanni and Ludwig go after tag titles, because they were one of my favorite tag teams.
I think he's too far gone, man. Like I think he's too far gone. I think it's like,
because he went back to the old music.
He did, but it's like, man, it's
and what they gonna do with Ludwig when this Grande Americano stuff is over?
You gotta think, but it's like you're a really dope rapper, and you didn't win diamond on a couple of albums, and they tell you, you gotta go back in the group. Like it's tough, especially when the people in the group ain't really been doing nothing. Like if you know, if Kaiser was moving the needle, like we see him fighting every week as a El Grande Americano. If he was moving the needle as Kaiser, then maybe, but
that entrance, bro, the ring general, all of
that was hard.
Bring Tyler Bates and Pete Dunne as the new Imperium. You know what I'm saying? Like it's right.
I ain't mad at that. Like that's kind of crazy. Now that's kind of crazy if you put Pete Dunne and Tyler in there, and it's like the four of them, and you know, and
they even give it a new name, but them together.
And then they just got to beat everybody up. I think that would be crazy. And you know what I want them to do too? I would love for them to, El Grande Americano. I would love for eventually, I want Ludwig to be exposed, but I also want Chad Gable, who Chad Gable came back as the original El Grande Americano.
Bro, he looks incredible.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I was just waiting for that. Shout out to my man, Chad Gable. Look great.
Talk about it, Nick.
And I like how he came back with the beard. Reminds me of when Kurt Angle used to grow it out a little bit. So I was happy to see him back, man, for sure. Bring back, if anything, bring back the real El Grande. But if not, bring back Gable. I'm happy to see him back,
man. Listen, put a belt on Gable. Put a belt on. Like he more than deserves it, man. Like put a belt on.
Thank you. I miss that good, you know.
But see what I would like for them to do, I think El Grande Americano is a funny character. I want them to let Kaiser get exposed, but also eventually Chad Gable, he just takes the mask off and say, guess what? I was El Grande, and people like, yo, we already knew. But then they bring back then they bring a new El Grande Americano, somebody who we don't even know. Like it could be just like a really dope wrestler, American wrestler we don't even know, and let him take the mantle of El Grande Americano.
What if it's Phoenix? Yeah, he do a promo like, y'all didn't like me as me, so I came back as Grande America. Oh man, that was something like that would be dope, man. But,
yeah, I think Phoenix it might be tough for Phoenix. Oh man, Dragon Lee got his ass kicked tonight too, man. And he was doing good at first. Came out a lot of Gunther was trolling. He came out to AJ Styles music. He mimicked AJ Styles. He had a big laugh. That's what makes him such a great bad guy, is that he knows he wins and he's winning fair. He's not cheating. He's winning fair. And he's coming out trolling. And man, he was laughing and I was laughing with him.
Man, me too.
I was laughing with him. Dragon Lee came out. Dragon Lee was serving him, and then Gunther hit him with that ring bell. And at one point, he had Dragon Lee in a sleeper hold, hanging him over the ring. Like he was draped outside the ring ropes, and he was holding him in the sleeper. And Dragon Lee's body was limp. Like he wasn't like, you know how you put somebody in sleeper hold and they're grabbing the other guy's arms to try to get out.
Shot,
Yo, his body was limp like a dead body, and it's like, yo,
that was a good shot.
I wish that somebody that AJ had history with maybe would have came out and stepped to Gunther more so than Dragon Lee, because isn't he involved with Penta and Ray against whoever they going against?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Dragon Lee's the former tag team partner, so
yeah.
He got to represent. He got to represent.
Like maybe Nakamura that would have been a good opportunity for Nakamura to come out. You know what I mean? And face off against Gunther. Again, somebody
who does Gunther fight at WrestleMania? Early picks, because I'm so.
I have no
on
clue.
the fence. Like I want it because I want to see Gunther. I want to see Gunther and Brock Lesnar. I think that's incredible. But I also want to see Brock Lesnar against Obafemi. So it's tough. So do you think we have the career killer Gunther versus the legend killer Randy Orton?
That's it.
That's those tickets right there.
On the line,
you're going to hear, I hear voices in my head hit and Randy comes out. And I don't think Randy loses that match either.
Couldn't. Who knows?
Gunther still has the nickname, but nah, Randy ain't losing that match. Unless he's ready to go out. And I don't think he's ready to go out yet.
But here's the thing too, like, Gunther, he doesn't have to, every match doesn't have to be your career on the line. It could just be just a regular
match. Yeah.
It's the nickname. They trademarked it. You know what I mean? I'm sure they about to have a shirt. You know what I mean?
It's on his graphic when he comes out on both sides.
So it got to be a point of contention. Like, I would like to see him run through the older guys, not necessarily in their careers, just run through them. Keep running through them. That's it.
I'm not mad at that.
Make him think about retirement. Like, and let's say he does face Randy. He beats Randy so bad that Randy is actually thinking about calling it. Like, I would like to see that.
This is gonna be a great 2.5 months because it's like, damn, it's so many implications of where the hell we going with WrestleMania. Like, Gunther's so hot right now that when he gets in the ring, that's like a marquee matchup. That's not just a regular match. So, a Gunther match is a marquee matchup. A Brock Lesnar match is a marquee matchup. So it's gonna be fun. But you know, we definitely can't leave the ladies out. We saw tonight that Stephanie Valkyrie successfully defended her title, the women's world title, against Raquel. They fought in the Philadelphia street match. Let's take it all the way back to the Royal Rumble, and Liv Morgan was able to win the Royal Rumble. She actually eliminated her best friend, her sister, her chica, in the Judgment Day. Big Sexy. I love that she's adopted the name Big Sexy. She's owning it. God bless Raquel. I'm enjoying her. She's doing the best work of her career right now. But she got eliminated by Liv, and it wasn't just the elimination that stuck with me. It was the evil, sadistic grin.
Yeah, she didn't care.
That she gave her. She taunted her. Cause she was grinning and laughing for a long time. It wasn't just like she moved on. You know, like when Oprah threw somebody out, I forget who it was. I think it was Braun Breaker. He blew him a kiss and then he got back to business. But she taunted somebody who's supposed to be her best friend, her sister. What did y'all think, first of all, when you saw Liv toss Raquel out?
I knew it was coming, but I was like, damn, she fucking really did it. And then, yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know, man.
The cracks been showing in the Judgment Day. You know, Dom is back now. You know what I mean? So I think this is just them imploding, you know. And it's the start of it. Even with, like, as soon as Liv came back from injury, I was like, yeah. The way she was moving when she first came back, I was like, yeah, this thing is over. She's working on something.
They could have had her go over, you know, them trying to get somebody out together, and then, you know, Raquel take, you know, they could have went that route, but, you know, they were like, no, Liv's gonna intentionally pick her up and eliminate her, and then, like Shaw said, it's just staring at her like, oh, it is what it is.
It wasn't no mistake. You know, we saw, and I don't know if this was a botch, because we saw something similar to this at Mania. I don't know if it was a botch, but it looked great. It looked like a true accident. I don't know if it was a botch though, where Charlotte Flair eliminated Alexa Bliss. Charlotte was number 1. Alexa Bliss came in at number 2. They kind of teased, you know, these are the best friends now, and they kind of teased each other's finishing moves on each other, like they was gonna hit each other with finishing moves, and it was just a tease. They gave each other a heart sign. You know, smart. You know, if you guys are a tag team, why fight? You know, I remember back in the days, I think one of my all-time favorite 1 and 2s was when Demolition, I don't remember if it was Axe or Smash, which order they came in, but it was definitely Axe and Smash number 2, 1 and 2. And they came in, and them boys was not holding back on each other. They was pummeling each other from beginning to the end. And, you know, as a fan, it's something that we wanted to see. It was exciting. Like I said, it's my favorite 1 and 2 entrance, because these guys was going at it like they had beef for, like they was beefing in the back all this time as a tag team. But, you know, imagine if they would have just chilled for the first couple of minutes,
just took everybody out,
and just took everybody out. Like, you know, when Axe Smash started giving them punches and stuff, like, it's, you know. But anyway, Charlotte and Alexa, they chilled. Kiana James from NXT came in. She did great. She lasted 27.5 minutes, almost 30 minutes. Charlotte Flair lasted 59 minutes and 40 seconds, almost the entire Royal Rumble. She did an amazing. I'm looking at some of the other people that lasted a long time. Roxanne Perez lasted 22 minutes. Liv Morgan was the ultimate winner. She lasted over 43 minutes. Raquel Rodriguez lasted 35 minutes. She was eliminated by Liv Morgan. But I gotta say, let me look and see what number did she come in. Lash Legend was the MVP for me. She lasted what, 38 minutes. She eliminated Jordan Grace, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Charlotte Flair, and Io Sky. If that ain't, come on, guys. If Lash ain't the
Look,
MVP,
I
she
got an
did
issue.
better than Over Femi.
I got an
She
issue
did
with
better
that.
than her boyfriend Trick Williams, her fiance.
I got an issue with that. And my issue is with the fans. Yo, them Saudi fans are disrespectful to black women wrestlers. And it really irritates me. She was booed from like it had nothing to do with being a heel or a face. They did the same thing to Bianca. They did the same thing to Jade. For some reason, the black women wrestlers over there in Saudi do not get the respect or love that they deserve. And I hate it. It was pitiful how they treated her. She dominated. She smashed.
Is it okay? So let me ask you this, and I'm not taking up. I'm just asking.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick, you can weigh on it too. Do you think it's the black women wrestlers, or is it just like the younger wrestlers? Like, because you know the Saudi people, they love the not, no pun intended, they love like the legendary figures. Because I'm not, and again, I'm not defending them. I'm just asking. From a journalistic standpoint, is it like, do you think it's because she's black, or is it because she's just a new wrestler? Because it was some of the girls out there, or the women, I should say, I mean, not girls, but some of the women that was coming out, they got booed, or it was no reaction whatsoever. Like, even like with Chelsea Green at first, it wasn't really like no reaction. But then you see like Brie Bella.
Brie Bella got a good pop.
She got Brie Bella got the biggest pop of the night to me. Out of every male or female, she got the biggest pop of the night.
Even Charlotte, when she came out, Charlotte, man, it was crickets when Charlotte came out. She came out number 1. I was like,
yeah. But it was different because when people were translating what the Saudi fans were saying black bitch and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
wait, who was translating that?
A bunch of different people translated. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not something that like
I didn't see that.
Like, of course, she's a heel. You expect her to get booed. You know what I'm saying? But over there, I mean, it's the way they treat women in general. Like they got to be. Like, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that like again, I've seen it with Bianca. I've seen it with Naomi. I've seen it with Jade when they've been over there. You know what I mean? And it's just something I noticed, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of other people notice it as well. It's just, it's cool to be quiet during the entrance, but when you yelling out black bitch and stuff like that, you know what I mean? That's an issue.
Nah, that's definitely not cool. I didn't see the translations, but damn, that's crazy if the people that's doing the translations are correct. Like, we definitely don't endorse none of that. If that's what it is. Tiffany Stratton came back. Tiffy time, the final 4.
Who was the final 4? I know it was Liv.
The final 4 was Tiffy, Liv. No, that was oh, I'm sorry. Tiffy. No, that wasn't it, man. We might have to cut this part out, nigga. I can't remember who the final 4 was.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
1 hour and 22 minutes.
I know. Man, I just drew a crazy blank myself. I know. Liv won. Oh man. Yeah, I think the women's rumble, it was really good for what they was given to work with.
Right.
Again, Lashes is a beast. I think everybody might be disappointed because we all respect. I think I picked Bianca Belair to win. So
I was expecting Bianca to come back and win it. Like, what in the world? What's going on?
That has me a little scared now. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, it's pretty much coming up on a year she's been going, right? She got hurt at
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
I heard that WrestleMania. That was it.
So I hope that everything's okay with her finger, or you know, uh I don't know, has she been seen in public? They may be pregnant and just didn't announce it. I don't know. Something's
Yeah,
up. But
she hasn't been seen.
yeah,
They just
something's
showed
up.
it. They just showed a new commercial with her.
Yeah. But yeah, she man, I do think if she was in it, sorry, Liv, I think it would have it would have gone to Bianca. But overall it was good. Did I like it? I usually like the women's rumbles better than the men's. I'm not sure if I liked it better this year. But still on point, still really good.
You got to give it up to somebody who we definitely got to give a shout out to is Sol Ruka.
Yeah.
Jack.
Whew.
I'm
Crazy.
like, yo, it's
showed out.
Can Sol Ruka be the female equivalent to AJ Styles when she was WWE? She's doing moves that we don't see, and I think she's going to put on great matches. I think it's pretty much time for her to get to the main roster too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
like they can really use her in the women's division right now. Like they really can. Like, it's a lot of tag teams and stuff like that, but I think they need a few more solo stars.
She's got one of the coolest moves in wrestling right now.
Yeah. My favorite move. What is it? Soul Snatcher?
Yeah.
My favorite move right now. She tried it at the end of the match. It was Tiff, Liv, and Sol Ruka. So I don't know. I saw her looking at that top rope. They're all fighting on the apron. They all was over the top rope, but they was all still on the apron. And I saw her eyeing that top rope, and I'm like, Sol, this is not the time to get fancy. I know you want to make an impression. You're a rookie. You're not even on the main roster. You want to make an impression. If she would have hit that move, man, that would have been something for the record books. But she went for the move, and Tiffy eliminated her. And Liv hit the Oblivion, the Tiffany Stratton to win it. So, Liv had came up as a runner-up in 2025 as well as 2024. So it was time. It was time, and she got called out. Raquel came out tonight, called her out on it, like, yo, why did you eliminate me? And Liv kind of played it off. She's like, hey, you got a title match tonight. Don't worry, it's all good,
Yeah.
And Raquel told her, like, yo, I want you in the back. And Liv came out to the front. So did Roxanne to interfere in the match. And even though they didn't cost her the match, because let's face it, Raquel had the upper hand. She was about to give Stephanie Vaquer a power slam through a table in their street match, and Stephanie reversed it into a Hurricane Rana. Raquel barely hit the table, but the table still cracked. And then we got the moonsault for the victory. So I'm sure there's gonna be some type of hell to pay. I'm sure Raquel's gonna be upset.
Raquel is out.
You think she's out the Judgment Day?
Yeah, I think so.
But you know what's weird is, like, after Liv won the Rumble, like WWE had put a clip of her, Roxanne, and Raquel like FaceTiming Dom like that she won, and then like Raquel's all like congratulating Liv, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you were just like the interaction they just had when she got eliminated, and I was she called her out tonight. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Kayfabe is dead, bro.
I just don't think I don't know if Raquel is strong enough at this point to go out on her own and just be, would she be as interesting of a face on her own as she is as a heel within the confines of the Judgment Day? She was
over before she joined the Judgment Day. She just got hurt. You know what I mean? And she was out for a long while, but she was super over by herself. Oh yeah.
I remember her being over, but I don't think she wasn't as big to me.
Because I remember like why won't they put the belt on her? And then literally the next match, I think she was hurt and she was out for a long while. But
She was over, but she ain't over like how she is right now. Like she didn't have no big sexy nickname or nothing like that. Big money cool. Like she wasn't. It ain't like it is now. Like I to me, I don't know if the Judgment Day will ever break up, man. Like we saw this movie before. We saw Finn Balor and Dominic, teasing a separation, for damn near a whole year. We saw dissension with Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Obviously, they wind up turning on Damian Priest. They wind up turning on Rhea Ripley. But we've seen tension in the Judgment Day before, and they seem to pull it together. I'm interested to see where Finn is going now that he's talked about being disrespected, and they mentioned in his history. So it's interesting. I think they're more interesting together.
I would like to see maybe Raquel, let's say, leave Judgment Day. They could try to convince her, but she's already traded to SmackDown, where she goes after Jade Cargill. The two biggest women on the roster going at it, as far as height wise and everything, not weight wise, but like I think that would be a really good feud for Raquel, win or lose, that would establish her as a dominant solo wrestler.
I think Raquel need to play a position. WrestleMania is coming up. Her and Roxanne need to get in where they fit in, go for them tag team titles. I mean, I know she's been in the world title hunt, but I think she could slide in there, go against Becky for the Intercontinental title. But I really think her and Roxanne need to go for them tag team belts and just dominate the whole women's division. Like if they win the tag team and Liv beat Stephanie for the world title, we can see. But I could also see it being a triple threat match at Mania. I could see them trying to do like how they did with Dom last year, when it was Dom, Finn, and Finn against Braun Breaker. I can see them trying to do that as well. So we're going to see. We got 2.5 months. I think by the end of the Elimination Chamber, the picture will be clear, but it's going to be a long build-up. We're going to see a lot of feuds, a lot of fighting. Before we close it out, we got to talk about how strong Obafemi looked tonight. It wasn't even a match. It was
poor Viking experience.
The War Raiders were supposed to fight in a tag team match, and you see them like, oh, it's cool. Like, okay, we haven't seen the War. I actually like the War Raiders. I think they could fight. I think they're dope, and I like the fact that they're not Vikings anymore. They're more like a biker gang. And this is legit like one of the toughest tag teams in WWE. And it's like, oh, okay, who are they gonna fight? Like, who's the tag team? Who's the unlucky tag team that has to fight these guys tonight? I thought maybe Tozawa and Otis would have a warm up or something, but no, it's the Ruler.
Now, here's the funny thing: the announcers said it was supposed to be a tag team match. So who was supposed to be Oba's partner?
I think Oba might have took whatever tag team it was supposed to be. Maybe it was supposed to be the Creed brothers. I think it would have been dope if they would have showed backstage, like after Oba won, like the Creed brothers just laid out or something, or whatever team it was. The New Day, whatever team it was supposed to be. But Oba came. Team. Yeah,
I would have liked to see a Hill team.
Whoever. Oba came and just laid the Viking Raiders out, the War Raiders out, pardon me, and he's just looking dominant. Like I said, like when it comes to WrestleMania, I think it might be him and Brock Lesnar, but they might just save that. They might just let him go on like a Goldberg-esque type now, but he's just dominant.
Maybe SummerSlam.
Maybe SummerSlam's in Minnesota, so maybe that's where he fights. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like a 3 that I'm kind of unsure with, because I'm thinking like WrestleMania, it could go. I could see Oba fighting Gunther. I could see Oba fighting Brock. I could see Brock fighting Gunther. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a weird 3 type thing, and then where the hell does Royce Keys fit in? Because you know, you got to see Royce Keys go against somebody formidable as well. So, you know,
Yeah.
is it Royce Keys against Bronson Reed? I don't know, but it looks like Bronson. The show started off with Division and LA Knight coming beating the Division. You know, he hit Bronson Reed with the steel chair. There was a match where Bronson Reed fought Penta. LA Knight was supposed to be escorted out of the building, and he comes back. He hits Penta with he hits Bronson Reed with the BFT and caused him to get counted out. So the Vision, they're looking real shaky right now. And the general manager, he said, "You're asking me who was the masked man. The last time we saw the masked man, it was Austin Theory." And Braun Breaker looked at Austin Theory like, "Hey, wait a minute, it was Austin Theory the last time." So,
Seth is going to come back with Adam Pearce as his wise man. It's going to happen.
It's fun.
Listen, man.
I definitely don't think it was Seth Rollins who Paul Heyman said it was. I don't think it's Seth Rollins, and you know, even Braun Breaker's like, "Yo, this guy had surgery a month ago. How's he back?" So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I do want to see Adam Pearce wrestle again. You know, I was a fan of his on the NWA and on the Indies. So for me personally, and I know especially him and Aldis can still go at it. I hope somehow he gets some physicality in his feud with the Vision. That's what I'm hoping for. Paul keeps threatening him, man. So at some point he's gonna have to snap.
Hey, maybe Adam Pearce and Austin Theory have a match or something like that. Before we go, and this kind of ties it in wrestling too. Grammy Awards last night. Big up to Bad Bunny. Well, big up to Jelly Roll. He won an award. He gave a fantastic speech about Jesus Christ. People need the Lord in their life, which at times like this, hey, you do.
Yeah.
You know, I agree with him. You know, I some people might not, but I agree with him. And Bad Bunny, listen, it's set up perfectly. Bad Bunny, he won a couple of Grammys last night, including Album of the Year. After the Grammys, he's doing a big performance at the Super Bowl. TKO, WWE, Triple H, do what you have to do. I would do a commercial. You know how they have, you know, you just won the Super Bowl. Where are you going next? I'm going to Disney World. I would do a commercial with Bad Bunny. I would even have this in the can and pay the money to air it at the Super Bowl. After Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance, you catch him. Bad Bunny, you just performed at the Super Bowl. Where you going next? I'm going to WrestleMania. Pay what you gotta pay. But to have that man go from Grammy winning album of the year, Super Bowl performance, WrestleMania, there's only one person who he could fight at WrestleMania, and that's Logan Paul.
I'll bet everything I have that they probably already reached out to. And I really do, because he just had a big tour, so I don't expect him to go right back on tour. And you know,
do whatever that you have to do to make it happen. But
you think he's still on? You think he's still on the crib by the Performance Center? Remember, he bought a crib just to train.
Yeah, why wouldn't he still on? He ain't got to worry about mortgage.
Yeah.
That money is the least of his worries right now. So listen, Grammy, Album of the Year, Super Bowl performance, WrestleMania. They got to make it happen. And when he goes to Mania, it got to be against Logan Paul. Just let him go at it. Just let him go at it. These guys could both go. Let him go at it. And then also too, while we talking about the Grammys, what a performance and tribute from Lauryn Hill and Raphael Sadiq and all those guys, the tribute to Roberta Flack and D'Angelo, and it ends with the Fugees doing Killing Me Softly. Incredible. And then Tyler the Creator, goddamn, that was a
Crazy
epic,
performance.
epic performance. A medley of records ends him laying down with bullet holes.
Hey man,
Symbolism with that.
I had tears watching that D'Angelo tribute. I'm not even gonna lie, my eyes were. That's probably one of the better tributes I've ever seen on one of those award shows. So shout out to them for getting that right.
And Lauryn Hill, man, she just sounds incredible, and I'm always just so happy to I'm just always happy to see her perform, man. And then
we got Bilal.
Yeah,
and he, oh my God, bro. It was like the spirit of D'Angelo jumped in his body real quick. And they body. I also like how they had D'Angelo's organ on stage while they were performing. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't know that was the organ.
Yeah, they had the light shined on the organ a few times, especially when Lauren first started singing. I peeped that. But yeah, man, that was a great man. I
One of my favorite
crazy
groups. One of our favorite groups.
Who?
Our boys from VA, the Clips. The Clips and Pharrell so far ahead. Listen, man. As a journalist, especially the people that know me, y'all know my ties to VA, going to Denby High School and going to Norfolk State University. And I just remembered rest in peace to DJ Law and Big B, Big B recently passed away, the Buddha brothers. Rest in peace to both of those brothers. We lost Law a few years ago, but Big B, those guys showed me so much love as a high school student and a young college student, just moving from New York to Virginia. And those guys was like having two Funk Master Flexes, two big boys. Those guys are the guys who ran the radio down in VA. And I remember, when I was working for MTV and I came down to visit, and I heard them playing this record on the radio. And I think it was like Christmas break or Thanksgiving break, I don't know, but I heard them playing the song, and I still had that relationship with him. I called him. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this song y'all playing? This is the craziest record I ever heard in my life. This is the illest song in the existence of hip hop. What is this? Yo, that's Clips, Grinding. I said, oh my God. He's like, yo, Pharrell just sent it to us. They coming out. And I was like, yo, is that the Clips from the funeral? Yes, that's the, bro, I need that. Please send me that record, please.
Man.
And I think I had to get a disc of it. I think I had to go by the radio station to get they had to burn me a disc of it because it wasn't even out yet. And I did one of the first stories of the Clips as they reemerged as the Clips with Pharrell and Star Trek and all of that. And man, I've known those guys since then, really since Grinding, and to see them hit the milestone of going on the stage with Britney Spears at the VMAs and Pusha wearing the shirt, You Know What I Sell, and to see them come and win their first Grammy this year, having such a long hiatus without being together as a group. Obviously, they brothers, so they still been together, as family. But to have that long hiatus of them not being a group, and to have them come together. Me and E. Will, we was at the tour stop in Atlanta. Swerve Strickland was
Shout out to Swerve.
To see them come back with not obviously, arguably the best album of their career, but the most critically acclaimed, have that culminate in a Grammy, and then have them boys on that stage as the last performance of the 2026 Grammys, and to have it end with them in the fur coats. I don't know where Mal Fur was at, but Pusha T and Pharrell had the fur coats on during So Far Ahead, and it ending in the symbolism of snow. Let's just say that it was snowing in the crypto arena. As it ended, and it was a beautiful performance too. And I'm just so proud of the Clips, just to see them boys do what they did from that very start,
bro. They
grinding up to now.
You know, after the Drake Kendrick battle, you know, hip hop was very stagnant. It wasn't many things happening, and then the Clips come along, and top of the year, give hip hop a CPR, and then everything just started rolling. So I want to give them props for they were the MVPs of 2025. Them and Nas were the MVPs of 2025 easily. And I would like to see them win the big prize for the album. But you know, Bad Bunny got it. So we ain't even mad at that either. You know what I'm saying? So everybody wins. The Roots, not the Roots, Questlove and them, man, they did another spectacular job with the Grammys this year. I think it's keep getting better.
I mean, the fact that the Clips even won their first Grammy, like, you know, 20 years in the game, it just shows you the elevation for out of all the albums that actually were released in 2025, the Clips had the most acclaimed LP. You know, Kendrick's album came out in 2024, but all the albums that came out in 2025, Clips had the most acclaimed LP. So I think it's dope. You know, big up to Tyler, the Creator, like I said as well. For him to represent, he's not a new Jack, but he's in a newer generation. The Clips, like I said, they go back 20 years, and you know, to see them predate Kendrick and to predate Tyler, and to get the awards and sell out these tours with just such an unapologetic brand of hip hop, unwavering in what they do, and making hard and making masterpieces, you know, going into the late 40s and early 50s. I salute these guys, man. You know, they doing they CM Punk right now in the game, man. It's CM Punk steps into his late 40s and early 50s with that champion. You know, Punk don't wear the belt around his he old school. He wearing that belt around his waist. You know, even when he got regular clothes on, Punk wearing that championship around his waist. Like he old school with it. So, you know, to see these 70s babies rock and excel and, you know, carry the game and do so well in hip hop and wrestling. I love it. I can't wait for the next Clips project, whatever it is, or see them go on and road. And, you know, just like I'm excited for Elimination Chamber in Chicago, February 28th. I'm excited for Mania. We in a good space right now. So hip hop and wrestling, the elder statesmen showing that they ain't old, they OGs, but they ain't old. They still fly. You see CM Punk came out in the Jordans tonight. You saw the Clips with the pink velvet suits on. So these dudes are still fly, still setting trends. And
all three of them had on matching suits.
At matching suits, man. Sitting at the top of the game. So salute to everybody. And yo, for Ari the Oracle, for Spiff TV.
Hey, one more thing before we leave, because we didn't acknowledge it when we talked about the men's rumble. Shout out to Javon Evans, Young OG. He was in there over 40 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So shout out. I want to shout him out for sure. He killed his first rumble, man.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like even though he took an L in that moment, but he took a win when Jacob Fatu just threw that boy up. It's like a newborn baby. The hang time.
He caught him and paused, and that was probably the best one I ever seen Jacob do.
It was a good Simone job.
And then Randy, he went for the OG cutter Randy finally caught him in that RKO off the top.
Got his lick
man.
Yeah.
He got his lick back. Randy looked great too, man. I do hope if Randy doesn't fight Cody at Mania, I would love to see him against Gunther because Randy deserves a marquee matchup. The guy looks like he could go another 10 years. Man, so
and it feels like he has a renewed passion for it. You know what I mean? Like usually when they get that old, it's like, all right, man, next show, next time. It really, he's dancing now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about, man. The OGs, they not old. They still fly. They at the top of the game. You know, we might see Randy against Trick Williams. You know,
I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Let's see how it unfolds, man. But again, for Ari the Oracle, Swift TV, Nick 816, E Will, this is Shaheem Reed, the Rap on Wrestling Podcast, Raw Rumble, and Monday Night Raw recap and review. Check us out, like, share, subscribe. We here, baby.